This is our negative space practice exercise. So when you're looking at negative space, you want to see what are all those shapes around the subject. So when I'm going to draw this little tricycle, I'm looking at where that blue is. What shapes does that make? So when I start, I'm still going to do a little bit of measuring. I'm going to make sure that my guidelines are there, that I'm kind of putting things in the right spot. But I'm really going to focus on what that white space looks like. The white space is the negative space. So I'm trying to ignore the black of the tricycle and just focus on what that shape makes. And this is hard, so you really need to focus. And this is going to be sped up double time, but this took me a while to do. This took me probably at least 15 minutes to really do. And then so I'm looking, like what are those little lines in there? What are the angles? And then where does that angle end? So I get the proportion correct. And then I'm going to ignore the inside negative spaces. Right now, I'm just going to be focusing on the outside shape. So what does that curve that goes around the seat look like? Like what is that? You have to flip your brain. Another trick, if you're really struggling, is to flip it upside down. And don't even look at it right side up. So I have this shape with some negative spaces inside. And then I'm going to pull that line down. And then up. And it's a little bit high, but that's okay. I'm just doing the best I can. That's all I expect you guys to do. But if you have the opportunity to make adjustments, please make adjustments. All right, so now this is getting sped up a little bit. But you can see I'm just really focusing, like what kind of shape does that make? How does it cut into the black? So that white shape almost looks like a little Pac-Man to me, like an upside down Pac-Man. And then how does it come out? How does it go around? And then once I have that, I'll do the inside spaces. So I'm really looking at what shapes those make. And then just making some small adjustments as necessary. And your drawing might not be perfect, but it should be pretty close. So if your drawing's way off, you might want to try it again on another piece of paper and go slower. But I want this to be as accurate as it can be. And then once you finish, what I would like you to do is just shade the background. I did a kind of a poor job shading the background with a pencil. You could use a color pencil if you want. You could use a marker, but it might mess up your notes. Or you could even, if you want some brownie points, maybe make a design in the background, and that's a little prequel to our final project. So I want you to be shading all the negative space, so your drawing will look like an opposite of our reference there. And again, you can use a color pencil, something else, or you can draw a design in the background and make it look unique. All right, so then once you get this finished, please make sure you check it off with me so I can give you some feedback. And then move on to our next project. Good job.